Hello, welcome to Fibertown. This is episode 149. Let me change my show notes. I have about 20 minutes to do a quick episode, so I thought for this week we'd make it a real fast one. So I apologize if I speak too quickly. Let me introduce myself as I adjust my shirt. I just slapped on some lipstick and turned on the camera, and here we go. So my name is Emily, Chain of Fools on Ravelry, Fibertown with an RE on Instagram, and on my blog, fibertown.blogspot.com, and on the Ravelry group. And my co-host, Alice, is rolling on the kitchen rug right now because obviously she's got an itchy back. I don't know if you can hear her snorting. She is a Boston Terrier. She's going to be 4 in June. So she's growing up. She's so ridiculous right now. It's the 13th of April, 2016, and I have some things to show you guys. I have spinning, I have knitting, I have some sewing. I think I might do an Ask Fibertown if there's time. We shall see. So I do have an introduction this week, which is excellent. Napier Knits, who is Kim, and where is she from? Kim, where are you from again? Oh, goodness. From Lima? I'm not sure exactly, but you're from the U.S. She's been a knitter for over 40 years. Bow down, bow down. Oh, and she has her own podcast now, Kim's Knitting. I think it's called Kim's Knitting. And she loves that there's always something new to learn about knitting. Me too, Kim. Excellent. So welcome. Thank you for saying hello. And let's talk about works in progress, shall we? Don't think I have any FOs. I really should know these things. I did make show notes, but let me just... Yes, the last thing I finished was my Cheviot or Cheviot hand-spun socks. So let me start with some sewing, a sewing work in progress, because I'm kind of excited. So this thing that needs an iron is my Octopus Scout tee out of Cotton and Steel Cotton Lawn, and it gets a fair amount of wear. I need to press that thing right there. So this is from the Alabama Studio Sewing Patterns book by Natalie Channon, who has Creative Bug classes. And I think she is like a white witch. She is a very lovely person and very sort of has an aura to her from my point of view. And she has this whole aesthetic and very comfortable clothes, very flattering to lots of bodies. So I did what they call a muslin, so it's sort of like a practice piece of her A-line tunic. I wore it a few shows ago. It's gray. It's out of cheap cotton jersey. I purchased some of her organic cotton that she has milled in Alabama, so supporting her local industry. And she's got a very interesting story. She's been in New York and selling her handmade things there, and it's had a very interesting story, and she's ended up back in Alabama where she was born. I recently heard a story of her on the Moth podcast where she was talking about, I guess, the influence of place on her creativeness. Was really, really cool. The Moth podcast is a storytelling podcast. I highly recommend it. Storytellers are one of the unsung, I don't know if they're always unsung, but to me nobody talks about storytellers very much. They're so valuable. I have several friends who are great storytellers. Amy, Ross Farm Amy, I think she's one. My friend Angie is an amazing storyteller. And there's just, you know these people when you meet them. It's bred in the bone. And they're just so much fun to be around. Anyway, I think Alabama Channon has a little bit of that too. So, this is my A-line tunic. Now, her clothing is all hand sewn. So it's quite a long top. I might shorten it actually. The bottoms are left untreated. It is organic cotton jersey, and this is black. It's showing navy for some reason, or midnight blue. It's black, black, black. There we go. It's that color. And I've sewn the seams by myself. They're flat felled seams with see the visible stitching? I took the better part of one day of crafting and sewed all the seams and started to do the neckline binding. Now you can see the armholes haven't been bound yet. I still have the basting stitches. I should have started with the armholes. Rookie mistake. I'm not really happy with my shoulders either. I may have to reinforce them. Anyway, so flat felled seams all around, and then this feather stitch embroidery for the neckline. And it's not consistent. There it is on the back. It's not always the same size stitches. It goes in different directions sometimes, but yeah, that's not so bad. But I should have started with the armhole bindings, but I'm very proud. There's the back seam down the middle. So I actually wore this to I wore this out unfinished, basically, last weekend to on a family outing, and I wore a cardigan over it so no one could see the armhole seams, but there were bits of thread that hadn't been clipped here and there, but we went to an art gallery, so I felt like, yeah, I was making a statement, unfinished garments. We went to the Renwick Gallery in Washington, D.C. It's near the White House. It's near Lafayette Square. And there's an exhibit there that closes in less than a month, and if you have the chance, go and see it. It's called the Wonder Exhibit. Go online and look at it, the Renwick. I blew up my Instagram feed with photos from it. It is astounding. And it's part of the Smithsonian Institution, so it's free entry. We did stand in line for a good while, but it moved fast and just amazing. That's all I'm going to say. I could do a whole podcast about it. It's 7 minutes in, and I haven't even showed knitting yet, so here we go. Other works in progress. Well, I cast on my exploration station, and this is my Farm Yarns exploration station. So I have one more wedge to go before I start the brioche, I think. And this is what it looks like. It's enormous. It's going to be much bigger than your typical exploration station. So far, here's what I have. The brown is Jacob, American Jacob. This first white is Clun Forest, which I bought this from Joanna Spring, from her Etsy store. I love the whites I have in here, especially the Clun Forest and this one, are very dry yarns. They wash up really well, and they feel dry in the hand. Okay, so Clun Forest, which is a down breed, then more Jacob. And then this is probably the skinniest yarn I have in here so far, and I knit most of this on US 7s, 4.5 millimeters. This is a bat from Teasel, from my friend Kimberly's shop, Teasel, and I think it has BFL and alpaca, and it's just lovely. Now, then more Jacob. Jacob is the contrast dividing line. Then I have Hog Island, which really is just knit up gorgeously. I spun this in Williamsburg in my class with Beth Smith. It was not the first time I'd spun Hog Island, but I really like the fiber she had. So more Jacob, and then this is Cotswold Lamb from the Ross Farm. Beautiful, beautiful. More Jacob, and then this is Tunis from the Ross Farm. Now the Tunis was big and round and poofy, and I actually used a US 9 needle for that, which is what it's on right now. This is going to be huge, 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 huge. So I will do another bit of Jacob, and then I will do, here's my bag full of all my farm yarns. Then I will do some Nash Island hand spun, sent to me by, I don't know if this is going to be enough for this big. May have to save this one for later. This is the Nash Island. Don't have a lot of it. I almost ran out of, I just had a little nugget of the Tunis left. I've been making some mistakes. Yes, indeed, I have been forgetting to do a knit front and back after the I-cord edging. It's nice I-cord edging. I've tied all the loose ends together, so it's not wanting to stretch out. But I'm a little scared about the cord length. I may have to invest in, or see if I have somewhere a giant cord. We'll see. So it's very similar to the Enchanted Mesa, the style in the beginning, the setup and the wedges, the crescent wedges with the yarn overs. So, you know, I did not spin these yarns with this project in mind. So that means there's a lot of variation within the, you know, between the different yarns. Some are 2-ply, some are 3-ply, some are chain-ply, 3-ply, and so they're all very different gauge, grist, as it were. I love how the whites go from white, bright white, and they progress in creaminess. The only other white I have, excuse me, the only other white I have is this Rambouillet from Reflections at Rocklands. I think I'm going to put this in the brioche because super squish, super, super, super squish. Maybe with this, maybe I'll do these two. Nice big contrast. Yeah. So it's going to be very ad hoc and what works for the part of the shawl. But this is a day and a half knitting. It's going to be enormous. It's going to be wonderful. Now I also have my threshold, and I did do some work on that. I have abandoned my design. It's off the needles. I feel like since I've been working more, my design mojo has said see you later. So I didn't like where the design was going, and I was tired of working on it. So it's good to be free of it. So this is the Threshold by who's it by? Melanie Berg. And I put a good inch and a half on it. I started the waist decreases, which are done on the back side, which is all stockinette. This is Hazelnut Artisan Sock in the quill colorway. And using US 4s, my marbles, which I adore, my interchangeable set. And I realized that I had been doing this bundle stitch incorrectly. I don't think it's going to affect the look. In fact, I know it won't affect the look. It won't affect the stitch count, but I'm doing it correctly now. So yeah, that's living in my Holland Handmaids 9-patch bag, which I really love. Boom. Now I have a sock on the needles as well, and I got a lot done on this sock. This is being magic looped and US 1.5's 2.5 millimeters Addi Sock Rockets. This part right here is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and this is in the Kingfisher colorway. And I'm doing heels and cuffs and toes in this Queensland, I think is called. And you might be able to tell that this is quite a different gauge than the sock yarn. I think this is practically a DK. But you know what? This is going to be an experiment. I don't think it's going to matter. I bought this yarn at Two Rivers Yarns in Purcellville, Virginia, and it was in the small gauge room. They have their yarns set up by, by weight in rooms. But I think it's really like a heavy, heavy sport. But you know what? I did the ribbing super fast, and so I did double the ribbing I normally did. So I think it'll be fine. I tried it on, and surprisingly, the row gauge for the slip stitches on my heel, the stitch gauge is different, but I don't think the row gauge is very different from my usual fingerings. So yeah, that's a great project. It hasn't, I've been giving all my love to the exploration station the past 2 days, so this has not seen much work. So yeah, let me tell you about spinning. I have spun up 3 ounce-ish quantities of MCN. And these were from Gourmet Stash. She gave these to me as a present. Lovely Kate. This, I don't know what is up with blues and purples on this lighting, but this is a beautiful purple, beautiful blue, beautiful green. I had a pink of this in this blend as well when I put it in my second Enchanted Mesa, that hot pink. So those got spun up. Oh, they're so squishy and soft. I spun them woolen and I chain plied them. Now the next spinning is Superwash Targhee. This is the Highland Handmaids third club, so don't look if you don't want to be spoiled. This is Superwash Targhee. I've never spun Superwash Targhee. I've spun Targhee and it's very bouncy and lovely. And this is in the On the Rocks colorway. You okay, Alice? I think she's been out baking herself in the sun and now she's in here panting. So here it is. Oh, let me show you some of the unspun. I am just going to 3-ply it, traditional 3-ply, I think. Make a hat yarn out of it. I had no idea. I knew it was pretty, but I had no idea how beautiful until I opened it up. Her fiber is just so spinnable. It's just so super fresh and spinnable. I love it. Let me see if I can take off one of my... Oh, that was a very bad idea. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. Okay, I just did this. I wanted to show you my Acreworks bobbin. Because sometimes I've seen other podcasters take off. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's bad. Never mind. Never mind. I love the way it's spinning up. I'll have to deal with that later. I've seen other spinners take off the head of their Acreworks bobbin and just show the beautiful color striations of the single. Okay. Moving on. Okay, live TVs, full of adventure. The other spinning project I have started is my Superwash. No, not Superwash. This is not Superwash. It's a Rambouillet Corriedale cross named Opal from Rhinebeck 2014. Locks look like this. It's this gorgeous color. And here's some of the bat. Pull it apart. And here is 1 ounce-ish spun woolen from the bat. And it's so chocolatey brown that it almost looks plum in some lights. It's not going to show us. It looks like it's in shadow. It's just so dark. Nope. So I'm very much enjoying that. This is so easy to card. It's cleaned up really well and there's very little waste. Short second cuts. So very easy to spin, easy to card. And Sarah Gautreaux, one of the Reluctant Sisters, has the other half of Opal. And she is flick carding it, which is very cool. All right, I got a crack-a-lack here. Yes, I do. Okay, I got to drive to DC to pick up my daughter. Guys, I have an acquisition. And the Ask Fibertown is an awesome question, and it's going to wait till next week because I want enough time to answer it. This has been muled to me all the way from Scotland. Ooh, that's better light. Is it going to show now? Sort of. Okay, this is Tamar from Blacker Yarns, and I have 3 of the Linher, I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, colorway. This is, Tamar is a river, and all the colorways are named after tributaries of the Tamar, I believe. Now, it looks gray and on the screen, and it really is, in different lights, it's almost mushroom. In different lights, it's gray. In different lights, it's brown. This color does not know what it wants to be, but I know it wants to be the solid in a breathing space cardigan. That's by Vera Valimaki. It's in the new Interpretations book. So this is a worsted spun preparation, and it has all sorts of long wools in it. It's made in Cornwall, all with British wool. Has lots of long wools in it, and which give it the luster, it gives it the strength. And then they have some Cornish mule wool in there as well, which is just a type of sheep cross that has a lot of bounce. And I think they put like 30%, I believe, Cornish mule. So it's got really great qualities, and I'm very excited to pair this with a hand spun for the other color that will go in that sweater. That'll be cast on after the threshold is done. Maybe it'll be a Rhinebeck sweater. That would be lovely. I bet there will be a lot of those at Rhinebeck next year. We can make some predictions already. Now, so, sorry. Two of my friends were in on this and getting this to the States. One of them did the purchasing, and the other one went to Edinburgh and was at the festival and was seeing friends, and then she brought them back for us and then mailed them. So, I don't know. I think they may be sold out at this point. It's a special, one of their special yarns. So, my friend Claire, who was in Edinburgh, she also brought me back this, which I think would kind of be amazing with this. I'd been talking about down breeds, so she picked this up for me. This is a Suffolk. She thinks it's a down breed. I don't know. She has a question mark. Anyway, this is Suffolk wool. This is dyed by porpoise fur. It's so fun. So fun. This will go on my wheel very soon after I deal with that. Okay. So, Alice, you want to come say hi before I wrap it up? Alice and I are going in the car. Al, you want to go in the car? You want to go bye-bye? Come see me. Okay. My only other acquisition is this thing. And I've been putting it out. It's with my knitting group. We made lotion bars, and I love this one. I put lavender and geranium oil in it, and it's just so soothing. I love the smell of geranium. I find it very soothing. Hey, you want to come say hi? There's my girl. Come here, Libby. Come here. Good girl. She wants to pop up and say hello. So Alice, she's smelling a lotion bar. She really makes it her mission in life to lick off all hand cream. Al, do you want to go get your leash? You have your collar already. You want to go bye-bye in the car? Do you want to go in the car? Do you want to go in the car? It'd be so good. You're going to take a nap in the car. Puts you right to sleep, doesn't it? Yes, it does. All right, my friends. So we will say happy knitting and take care until next time. Oh, next time is episode 150. That's kind of exciting. Have a great week.